Hello everyone. Human reproduction. Let's study the subtopic pregnancy and embryonic development. So after the fertilization, the implantation takes place in the endometrium of the uterus. So after the implantation, the finger-like projections appear on the trophoblast called chronic villi. The finger-like projection that appear, that is called as the chronic villi, and which are surrounded by uterine tissue and the maternal blood. The chronic villi and the uterine tissue become interdigitated with each other and jointly form the structural and the functional unit of the developing embryo, that is called as the placenta. So very important, the chronic villi and the chorionic villi and the uterine tissue, sorry, that is chorionic villi and the uterine tissue together jointly they form the structure that is called as the placenta. So what is this placenta? What is the function of this placenta? Yes, so here you can see the placental villi, and this is the embryo, and this is umbilical cord, and here you can see the placenta which is called as structural and the functional unit of the developing embryo and the mother, right? So what is the function of the placenta that facilitates the supply of the oxygen and the nutrients to the embryo, and also removal of the carbon dioxide and excretory waste materials produced by the embryo. So what is the function of the placenta? That provide the oxygen as well as the nutrients for the developing embryo from the mother. And how the waste products are removed? So the waste products are removed by the waste products like carbon dioxide and the excretory waste are removed by the placenta. Okay, and placenta is connected to the embryo through an umbilical cord which helps in the transport of the substance to an embryo from the mother. So this is the umbilical cord that helps in the transport of this materials from the placenta to the embryo. Then placenta also act as an endocrine tissue. What is the meaning of endocrine tissue? Endocrine tissue means which produces the several hormones. Hormones like human chorionic gonadotrophin, HCG, human placental lactogen, HPL, and the estrogen and the progesterones. So these all are the hormones released by the placenta. Very important. Why placenta is called as the endocrine tissue? Because it releases the hormones like HCG, human chorionic gonadotrophin, and HPL, human placental lactogen, estrogens, and the progestogens. So these are the hormones released by the placenta, and that is why placenta is called as the endocrine tissue. In the later phase of pregnancy, the hormone is called relaxin is released by the ovary. So at the later phase of the pregnancy, the relaxin hormone is also released, and HCG, HPL and relaxin are produced in the woman only during the pregnancy. Remember this point. This HCG, human chorionic gonadotrophin, HPL, human placental lactogen and the relaxin are produced in women only during the pregnancy. Okay, so in addition, during the pregnancy the levels of other hormones also increases. Why these other hormones like cortisol, progestogens, estrogens, thyroxine? So these all hormones increases several folds in the blood, maternal blood. So why these hormones increased in the maternal blood? Because the increased production of the hormones essential for the supporting the fetal growth. So these hormones that helps in the fetal growth. Then after the implantation, the inner cell mass that differentiate into outer layer called ectoderm and the inner layer called endoderm. A mesoderm soon appears between the ectoderm and the endoderm, and these three layers give rise to all the tissues in adults. Remember, this ectoderm, endoderm and the mesoderm. So these all three layers give rise to all the tissues in adults. The inner cell mass contain the cells called stem cells, which have the potency to give rise to all the tissues and the organs. So these stem cells which have all the potency to give rise to all the tissues and the organs. Then yes, this is the placenta, and how this placenta is connected to the embryo through the umbilical cord, and this placenta how it helps in the development of the baby, and so that is why it is called as structural and the functional unit of this embryo and the mother, right? Then development